Dearest gentle viewer, before you proceed, it is yet another blissful day of shooting this video for you. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you. Hey y'all, what's up? I know it's been a while. How have you guys been? For me, I've been busy, but you're making it work. So today we're going to try this look. We are cutting our crease, but we're going to use different colors. I just hope it really works well. I've not really done this in my eye. So it's more or less like an experiment, okay? So bear with me, whatever mistakes you see. Let's get into it. What has growing up taught you? You would not believe some of the things I thought when I was a child. Like some of the things I had in my head. It's crazy. But there are like 3 things I'm going to talk about in this video. 3 major things I thought about when I was growing up. Number 1, I thought grown-ups didn't fight. Yeah. By that I mean, I thought fighting was for just kids. Like that thing where people are actually throwing punches, trying to hurt each other and all those things. I genuinely thought adults don't fight. It was a children's thing. I don't know, I just never saw it very much, so I just figured it was always amongst children that fought. Like when we go to school and then we close and something happens, we say closing, you see, and then you also follow. Oh, I used to follow that thing so well. I used to like it, like when they say that, because I had no drama in my life. I guess I've always liked seeing other people's drama. So yeah, I always thought fighting was just a child's thing. Little did I know. The second thing too was, and this one I feel like maybe a lot of people thought it at some points when they were still like kids, genuinely and innocently, was that once you become a grown-up, you automatically have cars and houses. I'm not even playing. I used to think it like once you grow up, you automatically have a house and a car. You just automatically grow into those things and then you start doing whatever, whether you want to get married, whatever. I used to say to my friends, I'll buy a house, and so when I become 20 years, then I'll get married, then I'll have 2 children by 21, and then I would have bought my mom and dad a house. I'm still going to do it though. It just didn't go exactly how I thought it was going to be. Do you get that? The third thing, when I still think about it, gives me chills. When 2 people are going out, I didn't think they were having sex. What I mean is that, when we were small, they used to say, he has come to friend me. I didn't know that y'all were going beyond holding hands and buying each other small gifts. I thought it was just basically that. I had this notion for years. Everything about, my adult life started to change when I went to the university. I started seeing the reality of how things are. I started meeting different personalities. The funny thing is, there were always so many hints that like there was more going on than what I saw. It's just that because I wasn't there, I always brushed it off. I just never saw it. When we were in SHS, we used to have this thing called girls talk, Then we had those experienced girls that used to come and tell us about the things that happen, with them, with their boyfriends, when they're home. All of that stuff. My school weren't allowed to use phones, so those sessions were like really, really important to us. But still, I always felt like, nah, these guys, they just want to make the story interesting. I just never looked at it that way until Almighty Legon happened. It was such a crazy time. I met different kinds of people. I met cute boys. I met not so cute boys. I met cute boys with money. I met not so cute boys with money, arrogant boys, like just different kinds of personalities. Until then, you didn't know how you look like until you start seeing how much attention people give you, and they're just like, so what is this car? I didn't have this kind of character that wasn't exactly aware of my physical appearance. People giving me unnecessary weird attentions, and I was like, as a girl, you always know what they want, but you just, play dumb in some way. I had the boys coming, asking you out. By then, I was just so boring. I didn't even know what's up. Like, if you want to hold hands with someone, go hold hands. I was still having that mentality. Do you understand? I didn't grow. The whole thing dawned on me when level 100, I was a non-resident, so I was staying outside campus. And I had this friend, okay? she always goes to her boyfriend. So when she comes, she sometimes tells us how it went. And I think because of my body, my stature, I look like I was so mature and I probably knew a lot of things. Girl, I was as green as a leaf. I did not know what was going on. But I'm very good at, listening and acting like I know what's up. So she was telling me, and they were seeing the movie and that. He wanted to do it, and when she said they wanted to do it, no, I was wondering what it was she was talking about, but I didn't ask her. I didn't want to look like a child, just like, oh, but they didn't really do anything. He only kept in the tip. When she said they only put in the tip, I was like, eh? The other lady was like, but why? Doesn't she like the guy or something? Just like, she likes him, but she doesn't want to seem cheap because they've only been dating for a short while. It's not been long enough for him to put everything inside. I was like, hey! I thought this is what we're talking about. But what was funny, I was just there, forming big girl. Like, I know what was going on, girl. If my mama caught me, she would have driven me off that place. Because, hey, what are you people talking about? And other girl went ahead to describe how they do it, she and her boy. Like, so that day, before I slept, I thought extensively about this whole, relationship thing. And everything started, things were piecing together bit by bit. But the thing that struck me the most was my friends. My friends that have been dating, having boyfriends. So, are they also... It was the whole discovery on its own. That's what y'all be doing? Like, seriously? When I finally had that realization, I started having more and more encounters with, girls telling me about their sexual lives and, from strangers to... I had to go work on that. So I was not imagining, so if I decide to finally have something serious with a guy, is this how it's going to be? He's going to have to be one experienced person. I don't know shit. Until then, I'd never met so many different personalities, so many characters I had to deal with. So it was tricky over there. My friends used to tell me to, try and give men a chance because I was acting too uptight and that my standards were too high. I decided to give a few people a chance. And then you go on a date with someone, and I'm like, is this the kind of a person I'm supposed to give a chance to? Bro, I know you've got cash, but your face card's still broke. I'm sorry, I said I don't have a standard, but like sometimes it's just so obvious and you can't ignore it. It was such a crazy time for me, having to make all these discoveries for myself. I say that not because my standards were too high. I just realized there are a lot involved in this whole dating thing. There's so much going on. We're going to be sharing things that are beyond, materials. We're going to be sharing bodies and things. So I just don't need any kind of person in my life. Going forward, I started hearing teas and details about things that were going on when we left, SHS, JHS, who was sleeping with who. And I'm just like, hey, what was I doing in the school? Did I go to school at all? I keep asking myself. I also had to realize for myself that every relationship doesn't have to have what everyone else is having. If you're in one, what is important is you both have to move at your own paces. You shouldn't force one to go the same rate you're going. Like, if you are ready to be sexual, your partner is not ready and you want her to be ready. I had to learn all these things. I'm beginning to learn for myself because I have friends who are not ready to move on from not so good relationships because they've shared their bodies with this person for a long time and they are not ready to go and give it to another person. I've had friends who have had abortions, a lot of things, and not that I'm judging them. I'm just saying that it's okay to be learning these things and to take your time so that you can actually choose what you want. I don't have to be like everybody, okay? Every lady on the internet is forming bad bitch. I've gone on a date once and he asked me if I like to be freaky. Bro, you're talking to a church girl. She don't know nothing. This is the part of me I'm not going to work on. There are lots of things that are not so good that I feel like I need to work on. But when it comes to this part, this is what you get. I'm not going to force myself to be something I'm not for you. You get the package. This is the package. It's like boys lately, they're just so obsessed with having a bad bitch. I get asked that question so many times. I'm like, What are you guys looking for exactly? And you still say she's not the one you're going to marry. What do you want? I'm just a mama's girl who cries when her mom doesn't call her for like 2 days because I feel like she has forgotten about me. I feel like there's so much pressure out there. To an extent, things are becoming transactional. Shit. You trade money for sex. Some relationships are not even relationships. It's like, it's not giving me money, so Charlie, he's not going to have access to me. If everybody was like me, people would probably love more because we all want love at some point that nobody is willing to sacrifice. And it's just sad for our generation. In summary, growing up has really taught me a lot based on the experiences I've had with people, from really nice people to really toxic people. You know what I was talking about? In my last video, I talked about something like that. Don't worry, we are not done. We'll still continue in our next video. But I know I'm still learning, but like there's a lot and I just wanted to put it out there. What has growing up also taught you? What are some of the things you've done, the mistakes you feel like you will never make again? There are lots more other things I used to think. I used to think that when you come, when you go to the university, there's all the time in the world. You didn't need to work. They'll just be giving you your grades. Then you go out and you go and build house. I was so naive and so stupid. But well, I guess those were the things that made me. So this is the final look. If you didn't know what cutting crease is, this is what cutting crease is. So that's my story. What was it like when you were growing up? Feel free to comment and like. So please don't forget to subscribe. Please. Please subscribe. Thank you.